Very good morning to all the students. Okay, students, we are going to start the second chapter of class 7, that is inside our earth. Okay, inside the earth. Okay, so the second chapter of geography we are going to start. Okay, so be ready, students. Okay, you can have a pen and paper with you so you can note down the important points, okay, and important terms. Okay, so in this chapter what we have to see, students, as you know all, we know all the planets, all the universe, okay, in class 6 that you have seen. Okay, why the earth is called a unique planet, okay, the geography of the earth, the shape of the earth, these all the things you have seen. Okay, but now, students, what we have to see, we have to see the internal parts, the internal structure of the earth. Okay, in this chapter we have to see the internal structure of the earth. Okay, we have to see the internal structure of the earth. Okay, clear, student? So we will see the structure, their function, their specialities, their uses. Okay, so all the things we will see. So are you ready, students? Okay, so first of all, the first topic we are going to take is the interior of the earth. Okay, the interiors of the earth. The first topic that we are going to study, student, is interiors of the earth. Okay, so as in this chapter we will study about the earth is made up of the several concentric layers. Okay, concentric, it means the only the one center, and the layers are the one on the other, they are known as the concentric layers. Okay, so the internal parts of the earth is made up of the several concentric layers. Okay, so there are many concentric layers inside the earth. Okay, so in simple words, by this way we can say. Okay, students, so now we name all these parts. Okay, the first one is the crust, the second one is the mantle, and the last one is the core. Okay, crust, mantle, and core. Okay, students, crust, mantle, and core. Okay, now we are going to define all these parts. Okay, what is crust? So when we define the crust, so at that time we should say that the uppermost layer of the earth. Okay, now students, be careful, I am going to define the crust. Okay, this is the definition of the crust. Okay, the uppermost layer of the earth is known as crust. Okay, the uppermost layer of the earth is known as the crust. Clear? Am I clear to you all, students? Okay, and this crust is also known as the thinnest layer of the earth. It is the most thinnest layer of the earth. Okay, crust is the most thinnest layer of the earth. Okay, and what is its length? So when we talk about the length, so its length is 35 kilometers. Students, note down this note down this length, please. The length of the crust is 35 kilometer. Am I clear to you all, students? Okay. Okay, then when we talk more about the crust, okay, so this crust consists of many of the important minerals. Okay, now when we talk about the minerals, students, then you should know that minerals are the something that we can obtain from the land. Okay, that we will obtain from the land or from the soil. Okay, so we can say that minerals are the natural substances. Okay, so this crust is made up of the several minerals. Okay, it consists of several minerals like silica and alumina. Okay, this crust is made up of the several minerals like silica and alumina. Okay, and This I have talked about on the land, okay, but when we go to the oceanic areas, okay, when oceans are there, in the oceanic areas, the two more minerals are found, students. Which are the two minerals that are found in the oceanic area? So in the oceanic area, the two mineral that are the one is the silica and the other one is the magnesium. Okay, the silica and the magnesium, these two minerals are found near the oceanic area. Okay, the near found in the oceanic area. Okay, now it's time to define the second part of this internal structure of the earth, students. So what is the second part I told you? Please remind the second part. Have you remembered the second part? Yes, the second part is the mantle. Okay, so how can we define the mantle? So mantle, the definition of mantle is very simple and sweet and short definition. Below the crust is called mantle. Okay, the layer which is located below the crust is known as mantle. Okay, and this mantle extends up to how many kilometers? This mantle extends up to 2900 kilometers, students. Again I repeat, okay, below the crust there is one more layer. Below the crust there is one more layer, and this layer is known as mantle. Okay, am I clear to you all, students? This layer is known as mantle. Okay, now when I talk about the length of the mantle, so what is the length, students? The length of the mantle is 2900 kilometer. 2900 kilometer. Okay, clear? Okay, now students, one more definition is there. Which one? That is the third and the last part of the internal structure of the earth that I told you. Have you remembered that part? Yes, crust, mantle, and then third one is core. Okay, crust, mantle, and core. Okay, students. Now so how can we define the core, students? So when we talk about the core, so core is the layer which is located below the mantle. Okay, below the mantle, or in other words also you can also say that the innermost layer of the earth. Okay, the innermost layer of the earth is known as core. Yes, the innermost layer of the earth is known as core. Okay, and one more important thing, students, one more important thing, the core is the central part of the earth. Okay, so you can say that the core is the center of the earth. The core is the center of the earth. Okay, now if I talk about the radius of the core, then what is the radius of the core? The radius of core is 3500 kilometer. Okay, which is a very vast, students. Okay, so the radius of the core is 3500 kilometer. Yes. Okay, and in the crust there are two minerals. Two minerals are found. So like this way, in the core also there are many important minerals are found. Okay, like nickel and iron. Okay, nickel and iron are found in the, especially in the core areas of the earth, in the core part of the earth. So it is also known as the knife. In short, it is also known as the knife also. Okay, how it can be known as a knife? Because Ni it means nickel, and Fi it means iron. Fe it means iron. Okay, so it's known as knife. Nife, nickel and iron. Okay, nickel means Ni and iron means Fe. Okay, ferrous. Okay, students. So as I told you, the core is the central part of the earth, and as it is in the central, there is a very high temperature and pressure. Students, you should understand this. At the central of the earth, there is a very high pressure and temperature. Okay, the core has very high temperature and pressure. Okay, students, up to you, all the things are cleared in your mind? Okay. Now next topic we are going to take is rocks and minerals. Okay, next topic which we are going to take is rocks and minerals. Okay, So as you know all students, the earth is made up of the several rocks, several type of rocks. So here what we have to see, here we have to see the types of rocks. What we have to see, we have to see the different types of rocks. Okay, so I will name all the types of rocks as well as its example, okay, examples, definitions, as well as the uses also. Okay, at last we will see the uses also. Okay, but before that let me tell you what do you understand by the rocks. Okay, what do you understand by the rocks? The earth's crust is made up of the several types of rocks, as I told you. Okay, now what is rock? Okay, so rock is nothing else but natural mass of the mineral matter. Okay, natural mass of the mineral matter. So indirectly we can say that rocks are made up of the minerals, or rocks are made from the minerals. Okay, and which also forms the earth crust. Okay, which also forms the earth crust. Okay, so natural mass of mineral matter which makes the earth crust, which makes the earth's crust is called as rocks. Am I clear to you all students? Okay. Okay, now when I talk about the type of rocks, okay, now I will come to the type of rocks. Okay, so how many types of rocks are there? So students, there are three types of rocks. Which are the three types of rocks? The first one is igneous. Okay, the first one is igneous rocks, second one is metamorphic, and third one is sedimentary. Okay, igneous, sedimentary, and metamorphic. Again I repeat students, if you want to write, you can write. Okay, so you can remember igneous, sedimentary, and metamorphic. Okay, got it students? So these three types of rocks are there. Okay, so now we will take the definition of all these rocks. Okay, we will take the definition of all these rocks. Okay, so students, first of all we will take the definition of the igneous rocks. Which rocks? First of all we will take the definition of igneous rocks. Okay, so what is igneous rocks? So as you know students, in the earth crust there is a lava, okay, which is also called as the magma. Okay, do you know that? Okay, inside the earth's crust there is a lava which is also called molten magma. Okay, which is also called molten magma. Okay, so when this molten magma cools down, okay, when this molten magma cools down and become solid, okay, when this molten magma cools down and when it became solid, so at that time the type of rocks which are formed is known as igneous rocks. What it is called? Igneous rocks. Students, one more time I repeat this definition. Okay, what is igneous rock? Okay, so when the molten magma, it means lava, okay, when the molten magma cools down and it became solid, okay, it cools down, it means it became liquid to solid, it became solid. Okay, convert from liquid to solid. Okay, it converted into solid. So by this way the rocks are formed, and these type of rocks are called igneous rocks. These type of rocks are called igneous rocks. Okay, and students, one more thing is there. These igneous rocks have one more name, that is the primary rocks. Okay, igneous rocks can also be known as primary rocks. Okay, igneous rocks are also known as the primary rocks also. So take care of these things. Okay, and now what is next, student? Okay, so when we talk about the igneous rocks, students, so there are two types of the igneous rocks. Okay, which are the two types? Intrusive and extrusive. Okay, intrusive rocks, intrusive igneous rocks, and extrusive igneous rocks. Okay students, so this definition about the intrusive and extrusive we will take, okay, but that definitions and the remaining part we will take in the next period. Okay, till that time, goodbye students. Okay, and take care of yourself and revise your whatever the notes I have given you. Please revise and uh, keep reading the textbooks. Okay, thank you so much students.